Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Beyond Light Season of the Splicer intel. And in this video, we're going to be talking about power farm glitches. There are several that anybody can take full advantage of, even as a solo player, if you're trying to get to 1340, maybe to do a Grand Master on your own, perhaps. We're going to get to all this information in just one second, but first I just want to remind everybody I'm still doing the giveaway on my YouTube channel. At 50,000 subscribers, all you have to do to be entered into that giveaway is like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on all the post notifications, that bell that's right next to the big red subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Also, feel free to go ahead and join the Discord channel if you're looking for any help in a Grandmaster Nightfall this week. And as always, if you stick around till the end of the video, I'll have a secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into that giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags stack between all videos, so if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, why not go back, check out another video, and of course, do it again. So now that Grandmaster Nightfalls have actually been released, I feel that the power farm and grind is actually really on for this season. I never really feel as though I have to actually farm power until the Grandmasters get released, as they are the most difficult activity any season. Probably the most difficult activity, period, but that's up for debate. This week we have the Glassway Strike, which has a pretty good glitch for it if you are actually able to get into the Nightfall. Next week, I believe we'll have the Insight Terminus. We'll cover both of these probably as the week goes on, maybe as Insight Terminus actually arrives. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about is how a solo player, completely on their own, could possibly get to 1340, which is a daunting task. You're going to need at least 1320 or 1318 power on your gear, plus your seasonal rank power, which will give you that extra little boost. There's plenty of ways you can actually farm out XP to actually get up into that upper echelon of 1340 or above. Big shout out to my buddy Sinister. He always seems to reach it in the first 2 weeks, while I always lag behind, and he always has to scream at me because he wants to do a Grandmaster and I'm not ready to do it yet. But if you're like me and you want to make up those last bits of power as quick as possible, there are a few easy glitches that you can take advantage of. Some of them you might require a buddy, that one buddy, your personal Sinister, to help you out. But for the most part, anybody can actually do these on their own. So if you're just looking to farm out XP, the first thing you're going to want is a lot of Glimmer. This is because you're going to be buying bounties like crazy. You can get tons of Glimmer simply by going to Spider and stocking up on planetary materials. Every so often, usually at least twice a week, there will be that said planetary material that you've stocked up on, usually for legendary shards. That's the best day to do it, for Glimmer, so you can actually exchange legendary shards directly for Glimmer. You can get about 10,000 Glimmer, I think, for 5 planetary materials. I believe that's the exchange. You can buy 5 planetary materials for 1 legendary shard, so there you go. Direct exchange, legendary shard, 2 Glimmer. It's about 1 for every 10,000. Do that while you can. Always just check in with Spider. He's a good person, great vendor to actually check in with every day, as his cache always updates every day. But then you're going to be buying bounties like crazy. As I said, mostly the repeatable bounties. You're going to focus on Zavala, the Gunsmith, maybe some of the ones in the Helm, and the Elixir Quarter in the Helm. I haven't really tried those out that much yet because they really require the specific activity, but what we're going to be trying to do is cross activities, so get as many bounties done in one specific place as possible. The 2 places that I would suggest going are either the Moon or Europa. Europa is great because you can enter the Glassway Strike and you're basically in the open zone. So any bounties that you have for Zavala or the Gunsmith, as well as the bounties you get from Varix on Europa, actually will all count. So you can complete all of those at once. The other place you could go is the Moon, and you can get the bounties from Eris Morn, thereby being able to complete her bounties as well as Zavala's and the Gunsmith's all at the same time. You can enter the Red Keep Strike, I believe I'm getting that name correct, and then do the glitch where you jump over the barrier in the back. Lots of people do this though, so there might be a chance if you just join a regular pickup group in a strike that you'd actually be able to already be past the barrier. You can just go into a lost sector or farm any kind of public event in the open world, just kill enemies, and you'll be able to farm out all of those bounties all at once. That's for XP. The other thing you could do, of course, which I've talked about probably to its fullest extent in the last couple of videos that I made, so maybe people are sick of hearing about it, but you can, of course, go into the Endless Thrall room in the Shattered Throne, and you can AFK XP just by kills. I've talked about this, like I said, many times in the past. There is a glitch that allows you to get to the Endless Thrall room as quick as possible. You can bypass pretty much all of the actual dungeon, so you don't have to worry about killing enemies and getting down there and taking the time. You can just jump right to it, you get out of the map, get back into the map. Look at my previous videos if you want a tutorial on that, but I think most people know it by now. The last thing that we are going to talk about is sort of the big one. And this one probably takes the most time really, but overall it's a fine way to progress if you're willing to do it. Now, Pinnacle Drops are really the way to get your gear up to 1320, and that's going to be really important. You can always grind out XP, but getting your gear, your actual base gear, up to about as high as you can go, 1318, 1320, is really going to be the fastest way, if you can do it every week, to actually get closer to that 1340 level so you can enter a Grandmaster. There are several pinnacles that you can do. There's also the powerfuls that you can do. Now the pinnacles have things like the Prescience and the Harbinger quest that you can do. You can also get one from Override. You can also get one from Expunge. These are great. Do them all every week. Always get them done first. Maybe do your powerfuls first and then do your pinnacles. That's kind of a great way to do it, especially at the beginning of the season. But say you've run out of everything. You've exhausted all your available pinnacles. You've done some XP farming, but maybe you're 1500 power or 1500 XP away from that next power bump, and it's just like, what do I got to do? I'm at 1339. I got to do one power. I got to get up there. What do I need to do? So there is one particular glitch that anybody can take advantage of. It's still in the game. I actually thought it had been patched, but it hasn't. Maybe it'll never be patched. I don't know. And there are several other things that you can do this with, but none as convenient as this. And I am talking about the Harbinger quest. This is the quest that can be found in the EDZ and actually rewards a Pinnacle drop. It actually will reward 2 drops. It'll usually reward a Pinnacle piece of gear and then a Hawk Moon. The Hawk Moon will usually drop at your sort of your base power. So if you were 239, expect to get with a 318. If you were 339 and you were at 318 with your gear, expect to get like a 318 or a 317 Hawk Moon. But you will also get another piece of gear that will be a Pinnacle. Here's the great thing about the Harbinger, and actually the Prescience, if you're willing to do it. Both of these activities, for some reason, operate outside the normal confines of the game. I think because eventually they will be disappearing. Bungie will get rid of them at some point, either when the storyline gets to there and they just are not needed. Maybe we do something with the Crow, maybe something else happens, I'm not totally sure. But unlike other activities, like a Nightfall, which also rewards a Pinnacle, you can only do 3 Nightfalls every week, 3 for each character. If you delete a character, you still will not be able to do it again. That is not the case for the Prescience and the Harbinger. If you delete a character, you can continually do these over and over and over again, thus being able to require Pinnacles from them over and over again. I don't know why that is. Like I said, I think it's because they will eventually be disappearing. But none as convenient or as so convenient as the Harbinger, simply because the Harbinger is in the EDZ. You delete a character, right? As soon as you remake one and go through that first little starting mission that basically just requires you to run to your ship. I think you meet with that new vendor that's in the that's in the Cosmodrome. I can't remember his name. And then eventually you're free to go. You can get out of there and you can go to anywhere else in the system that's available or open to you. Now, most places will not be open, but the EDZ is like the starting zone. It's the place that's always open. So you can immediately jump back into that activity. All that you need to do is transfer your gear on that character. Hopefully it's leveled up high enough to another character or to your vault. You can transfer it back as soon as you start the game with a new character, so you don't even need to complete the first mission. You can actually just, while you're sitting there waiting to start that beginning mission, you can load all your other gear back in, give you your full power back, and then you just start up the Harbinger again once you're done with that first starting zone. Get your Pinnacle, repeat the process. You can go and do the Prescience as well, although that will require you to open the Tangled Shore. The Tangled Shore will not be open. There's a quest line there first, so it's not quite as convenient. If you're willing to do it, though, that's another Pinnacle that you could still acquire again every week. But I really suggest stick with the Harbinger and just go through it as quick as possible. Just continue that process. Now, if you are doing this with friends, say you do have, your buddy who is way overpowered and just wants to do the Grandmaster as quick as possible and is waiting on you, like my friends are, you can actually have them progress through the Harbinger while you're doing the starting zone. So hopefully, by the time you are done with your starting zone, they're also already through the Harbinger a little bit. You could join up with them because you can join while in progress, and then just continue. Finish it again, do the whole process. Now, none of these are that quick, but they are the kind of thing where if you are committed and you just want to get to that specific power on any given week, you can do it. That's going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully everybody enjoyed and you learned something new. I actually, like I said, thought that this had been patched last season, but it hasn't. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to comment down below. You can leave a hashtag BeyondLight or a hashtag Season of the Splicer or a hashtag Power Farm maybe, or hashtag Grandmaster. Nightfall, that's a good one. Glassway Strike, that's the one for this week. Any of those things. And as always, I am Wilhelm Scream. Thanks so much for watching once again, and of course, we will see you in the next video. Little!